My name is David Oliver with Oliver Distributing, and I'm here today just to give you a brief overview of proper disinfecting and trying to get your business up and running for public use or for your, not only for your customers, but also for your employees to keep them safe. A couple things you need to know about disinfecting. One is you need to clean the surface either with the disinfectant or clean before you use a disinfectant. Soil left behind can also stay contaminated with the soil embedding either bacteria or virus. So make sure you pre-clean or clean with a disinfectant as a cleaner. Bleach can be used. Personally, I don't like bleach. Number one, if you mix it with any product, it can hurt you. So you gotta be really careful with bleach. Obviously, you can't use it on all surfaces. So again, you need to be really careful with bleach and or peroxide, but both of those can be used for proper disinfecting. One thing that I would suggest to use, especially if you've got a large area to do, is either use a trigger sprayer to spray it to give proper dwell time. And again, you need to follow the instructions of the manufacturer on the label. Most of them, they're a minimum of 10 minutes and they can be as short as 30 seconds, but you gotta read the label. But one thing outside of a trigger sprayer is using a pump-up sprayer that you can get in any hardware store. Tractor Supply was nice enough to let me borrow this one today. But this can really speed up your process and make it a lot more efficient by applying disinfectant. And it also will give you a good coating to give you that dwell time. So most of them, a 10-minute dwell. If you spray it with this on the fine mist, you can let it air dry, and then that's your proper disinfectant. So what we were gonna do is try to show you guys from outside to inside, like areas that could be high touch areas. Obviously, if you got outside dining, that would be an area that you would want to spray down. And again, coat it really well and let it air dry. If you need to come back and wipe it off, you certainly can do that with just a towel or rag or something like that. So just make sure anything that you know that someone is touching, whether it's a trash receptacle, the front door, especially the front door, if you got a grab bar, if you got a pull bar, whatever, just make sure you hit that inside and on the surface and then on the back side where they grab it, because literally you have to get the entire surface. And if it's glass, you need to wipe that down afterwards, obviously, because it will possibly be the water sample. So now we are coming inside the building, and as you can see, this is the front entrance. Both sides of this door need to be hit, obviously, and again, what I talked about earlier, people grab a bar like that, so you need to disinfect this entire bar, front and back. Obviously, a push button would be something you would think about. Again, both sets of doors. And then as you come in, they have a water cooler, and water coolers are touched, so you need to watch the water cooler as well. So again, disinfect or have a rag with a disinfectant solution, but again, you gotta keep the proper dwell time. And then as you can see, there's countertops along through here. Countertops also need to have a proper dwell time. And again, you can use a sprayer, let it air dry, and then just wipe it down. And then if you go over here, there's a sitting area, a lobby area. One of the things that you definitely need to do is any sitting area needs to be disinfected. And that goes not only for the bottoms and the backs, but also the armchair. So anything that has a surface. And again, most of the disinfectants you can use should be fine as far as being able to spray it on a leather or even fabric. But one thing about using a disinfectant on carpet and fabric, you want to check for color fasting, which means if it can pull the color out. So check a little spot on the carpet in an inconspicuous area and just rub it with a white cloth with the damp part of or wet it with some disinfectant and see if it brings color out of that carpet or fabric on a cloth, a piece of upholstered furniture. Okay, so now we're looking at a workstation for an employee or somebody that works in your office location, and there's a pile of areas where touch areas are, and you got to be careful around electronics. You can't use that spray method that I just showed you, but you can use an aerosol, like a Lysol type disinfectant spray, or there's others out there. It doesn't have to be Lysol. And typically they have quicker kill claims. But again, a chair with the arm rest, and then the mouse, the keyboard, the phone, the entire phone, the back of the phone. This is probably more so than on this side. The entire counter area and wherever you think they may be touching. Also, there's a filing cabinet down here. Anything with a pull or a hand or a doorknob, anything that could be a possible touch area is something you need to think about. And it really blows your mind how many areas that we touch on a given day. So just be careful, be aware, and try to hit all those spots. Okay, so now we're in like a conference room setting. Again, the entire surface of this table needs to be disinfected. So these chairs, they don't have armrests, but to pull them out, you got to touch the back. So thinking about that, always the back, and then obviously the front and the sides where people would be sitting and that kind of thing. So just remember, try to keep conscious of what can possibly be touched. They have a conference phone system in here. Again, that would be something that you'd want to touch, that is touched. And an easel, I mean, you think about an easel, easels are touched. So anything that, like along where the markers would be, definitely want to take care of that. Any cabinetry that has pulls on it, you want to touch those. And again, this is going to take some time for all of us to learn. We're sort of living in a new era in this world, and unfortunately this is going to take you longer to clean, but you need to do it for your own employees' health and for your customers' health. Okay, so now we're in a restroom setting. Again, any touch area that you can possibly think of. Seats are constantly being touched, lifted up and down. That has to be clean. The push, flush needs to be clean. Grab bars need to be clean. And again, when you grab a bar, it goes on the back and the front. So make sure you get both the front and back. Toilet seat cover dispensers, people will touch the surface of that, so make sure you hit this. Again, the bowl in the toilet itself needs to be cleaned pretty regularly anyway, so just make sure you disinfect everything. Then when you go to your paper towel dispenser, anything, again, if you have an automatic, this one's a no touch, but you do have to start it on the side sometimes. But if you have a push bar or something to that effect, make sure you hit all of that. And then it goes with the soap dispenser too. If you have a push soap dispenser, make sure you hit the push. And then again, your faucets definitely need to be covered, because those are what people touch. Again, this is a dispenser in itself, so you need to disinfect that. But most commercial restrooms do have dispensers on the wall. And then too, if your trash receptacle, this is a nice enough one that has a flip-top lid with a pedal, so you don't have to touch anything. But a suggestion would be, try to make your restroom trash can receptacle close to your doorway, because a lot of people do like to grab the door with the towel that they're using, and then they throw it away. So, and again, there's another touch area that you need to be careful about. Light switches. This one also has a baby changing table, and again, to get the table down, you have to touch the top, so you got to disinfect that. And then obviously this whole surface here that could potentially have an infant to change a diaper.